It is I, Mike Martins, the super secret channel, the heavily shadow banned by government regulatories here in Canada, discussing topics what all the big channels are talking about from 10 years ago, but don't get the recognition. That's part of being, that's the price of paying for being part of the super secret club. I'm just pouring my coffee here this morning. Hope everybody's having a good Friday morning. I had somebody make an appointment to come with me at very early in the morning, so I was here. They came, bought a pile of stuff, and went on their way to the interior of the province. And so I said, I got a little bit of time for you guys, talk a little bit. So go ahead and jump on the comments. We got Search for the Truth in the house. He's been uploading videos, guys, so check out his channel, Search for the Truth. So he's in St. Louis, Missouri now, just so you guys know. I wanted to update that. I remember last time he was in California somewhere. And we are 8 below. I think I'm 26 below. Happy to hear you're making sales. Yeah, it started picking up, getting a little bit busy, cleaning out some of the overstock I got in here. Putting some money in the pocket or in the bank, basically, to pay the feds so they could pay these 6-figure income teachers. Yeah, to pay the teachers to tell us whether our kids are boys or girls. All right. Search for the Truth says it is -2 in St. Louis. Watching you makes me warmer, says King of the Dots. No worries, yeah. Freedom Prospector in the house. Everybody joining us. Let us know where you're at. Let us know. We are, what are we at? We're going to be 14 weeks out now? 14 or 13 weeks out of the next Mike of the Night. Mike of the Night got moved to Monday. I'm going to show you guys where it is. It just got moved to Monday because of the holidays and everything's all weird. So Monday is, I think, Boxing Day. So I'm just going to be kicking my feet up at the house. And I think my wife's going to go to take the kids to another kid's party or something with other kids. And so I'm just going to kick my feet up. I'm going to go live for you guys on Mike in the Night. Storming good in Ontario. 27 degree in Central Texas. Weather warfare alive and well, says Lori. -41 in Winnipeg. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry to hear that. I was like that yesterday. It was like, I think yesterday night it reached -47, right? So that's the number one thing people talk about on this planet is the weather, right? You could plan a fancy picnic, but you can't predict the weather. Remember that from that song? I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. I am for real. All right, so it's up, guys. The Mike of the Night 474 is already up and ready to go. So here it is, folks, on Odyssey, if you guys want to go. There it is, the new Mike of the Night, 474. Let's prepare, let's connect, let's find solutions. We need to start finding ways to get things done without having to depend on and there's the channel right there, Odyssey, and now the live stream is up top now every time, so you guys can find it easy. So we'll be live in 3 days, guys, so that's going to be, again, on the Monday, I think. Yeah, that's the Monday. Yeah, because Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah. Woo! So yeah. So things are selling. Things are starting to pick up. Things are starting to hollow out a couple of shelving here. People coming in and picking up stuff. So I'll be here till 6 o'clock, guys. If anybody wants to come and talk to me or meet with me or speak with me, I'm here. So I had a gentleman messaged me last night. Okay, there's two things I want to bring up. Junkyard Dog, I don't know why, but he texted, there's this fake account going around. That's not my account. It's the same thimble, same image, same name, same everything. I'm messaging people in the comments saying, hey, text me and this and that. So Junkyard Dog texted that number, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what... That's spam bots. I'm not sure what happens when you text these phone numbers, but it's not me doing it. I have already banned from the channel, but the problem is, because I'm shadow banned, YouTube needs to go to the comment to make sure that they're not saying something like, I love Barack Obama. Because the way it works is when a leftist gets offended, they take down, someone posts, I love Donald Trump. You get what I'm going here, or Ron DeSantis, or I love Rand Paul. They take that down. That's fine. But YouTube needs to make sure I'm not taking down a comment that says I love Barack Obama. But because my channel is shadow banned, I don't see the comments anymore from the fake account that's posting with my name and my thimble, but you guys do. So because I don't know, I'm one of these weird channels on YouTube. I think I should be over 5,000 videos all these years, talking, discussing, going over, predicting, and all kinds of stuff. But the channel never took off. The channel never. And the funny part is people are talking about the stuff we talked about 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. You can look it up. And they're like, and they're getting millions of views. Some channels are not even a year old, and they're like, look at these heroes coming out to save the world. It's like, what about the people that were warning people about this? Right? And doing Mike of the Nights and stuff, I was putting my neck on the line for doing Mike of the Nights. A lot of those back episodes, putting my neck on the line, already telling people what was working, what wasn't working, what to watch out for, and all that stuff. And, and being open to the public here and having a private business, being a private citizen, and coming in and having people come in here making fun of me. Mostly the locals come in and make fun of me. And that's about it, right? And then there's people here that like me locally, and those are the people that just moved into town or moved into, locally, and they really don't care about the town drama here type of people, right? So we got Primo living in BC. Dude, YouTube will delete the post warning of the scam, but they will leave this. They will leave the scam. Yeah, that's the problem. It's because my channel is severely, heavily shadow banned. Severely, heavily shadow banned, right? So, and that's just what it is. That's just. I guess I've been like a picking station for pick up a couple of drop ideas, couple of word salads, and then put it up, and then other social media platforms pick it up and run with it, right? Like why I haven't taken the sides with Ukraine and Russia? Video from 6 months ago, me explaining it why. I have 3 audios now, 3 different audios from 3 big channels, taking the word salad I put together that makes no sense at all. It makes 0 sense, but taking that word salad and using it to go forward to try and educate the people. Dang, cold still, Mike? Yeah, it's cold every day, man. It's crazy cold. Stacking stats daily, says Freedom Prospector. On all of them, to the point, legally YouTube should be held culpable, or basically held accountable. Merry Christmas, everyone. I got a text. Text me a link 3 times, Mike. I got a text me a link 3 times, Mike. Well, you are not shadow banned. If you are risky your life, or if you're risking your life, weatherman on YouTube, you will go viral. No. Severely shadow banned. Eventually, something's going to happen to YouTube where there's going to be a reckoning, and people are going to start to see how many times their video was really watched, just like they're doing on Twitter now, right? Where Twitter's wide open. I think people are going to start finding out what's the real. There's no way. I have channels there from videos from 8 years ago. Wages not keeping up with inflation, a working poor in the West. It's an economic takeover. Me talking about how the food is costing more than my rent in Vancouver, talking about specific things and how they need to raise interest rates to curb against inflation. And that's the video from 7, 8 years ago. Nobody watched it. It has 40 views. Angie saying my dad died 3 years ago tonight. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, my dad's been gone for 3 years now, and that was back in August. Back in August of 2019. It was almost like a godsend in a way, too, where he would have, with this whole BS world that we turn to, this lying on top of criminal government act. It's the governments are the criminals. It's the governments that are doing this to us. It's not me. It's not you. But my cousin has the same condition due to the juice. Doesn't seem rotten. It expired yesterday. Nope. Oh, thank God, it's still good. I don't mind black coffee. I prefer butter, but I don't know. Yeah, that's just me. But it's cold. It's a cold one, guys. It's supposed to be only -10 today. So we got the boy saying it's -37 in Saskatchewan. Again, guys, we are 15 weeks out. 14 weeks this weekend. It's going to be 14 weeks out. We're going to be doing Mike in the Night on the Monday, guys, for you guys. Because it's Boxing Day and I'm home. So I got nothing going on. It's just a holiday. And then New Year's, I might move to like Sunday or Monday because it's just weird. This whole, like all the holidays and everything falls on Saturdays. When I usually do Mike in the Night. Like everything's falling on a Saturday. My Christmas party last week was a Saturday. Termic for people. Yeah, but that's the thing, Angie. I think you could have all the green teas and all the pine needle teas and all the you know, I don't know. I was talking to somebody from Michigan who works in a lab, and he was messaging me the other day too, telling me it doesn't really matter, Mikey. He's like, Mike, you got to tell your people that it's going to be a very, very big uphill battle for the next couple of years. I think I have turmeric here too. So I got my krill oil here, pharmaceutical grade. I got my, where's that? I got my zinc. Zinc I take if I feel like I'm getting sick, right? I have turmeric here, turmeric here. I have that stuff. I don't know where it is though. Probably had to hide it. You know what I mean? But I'm getting my coffee here. I got my Portuguese Christmas cookies. You guys should actually look into how to make these. They're very simple. They're hard, but when they melt in your mouth, oh my God. These are Portuguese. We roll them at home. We join them. We put them on the platter. Put them in the oven. And I really recommend you guys. Yeah. The name, I mean, I'll tell you what the name is. The name is called Pshkuch. So, Pshkuch. Piscotos. Cookies. I don't even know how to say it. I don't even know if there's a word for it in English. But if you guys could make those, they're simple to make. And they're very hard. But people are like biting on them. And they're like, this is hard as a rock, Mike. Let it crumble. Crumbles, they're like, oh. Yeah, I see now. I see what the deal is here. But, what else? What else have I got? I don't know. I got more. Other person called me. He's living in Alexandria, Egypt. Called me the other day. And basically what happened was I just got a text message, guys. I'm not joking. So there it is right there. So it's telling me that my bank account has been suspended. I received a text message that my bank account has been temporarily suspended for me to go to this chat or this link and verify something. So you see, I get these all day long. And then I go to the bank later today or tomorrow. I don't even care. I go check up. It looks like everything's okay. And it's like they keep trying to scam people. And I kept saying this. And I said this like 10 years ago. Our economy is built off people scamming each other, gumshoeing things, and ripping each other off, and scamming and more bizarro crap they're doing to people. It's disgusting what they're doing. It's disgusting how they're doing it. And it's just one after another after another. You know, the reason why, see, I'm just in retail, right? And there's a lot of people that do services, right? And there's a lot of services out there that are untrustable. They're very conniving, thieving, and they get away with money, you know, get away with making money by producing or doing nothing, right? So, like, I remember when they were forced me to buy this stupid extra auto coverage insurance for the car I bought. It was a Chrysler 300, and I bought it from Haley Chrysler or something in Vancouver. So we bought a Chrysler. I bought a Chrysler 300. I needed more space for my wife and kids. So they forced me to take a extra insurance for an extra $2,400. Oh, but we'll pay you back if you don't use the insurance at all in the 2 or 3 years you have the car. We'll just give you back your money. Oh, okay. You give us back the money. So the 2 or 3, I think it was 3 years went by. We called them and said, yeah, we never used the insurance. Is it okay? Could we come by and pick up a check or something? You didn't click the box. The box wasn't clicked. What box clicked? What are you talking about? Well, on the application, these 2 boxes weren't clicked, and this wasn't verified or was signed by somebody else. But I was told that I could come in. I'm like, well, the box is clicked here, and this is the way it's signed. But you told me I could get back my almost $3,000. Oh no, you this is the wrong application. I didn't fill out you guys filled it out for me, and I just signed it. Oh yeah, but unfortunately they probably got you in a different different account with a different plan, and I'm like, but you told me I could get my money back. Oh no. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to talk to a lawyer. Are you threatening me? Well, I have to get legal action. I have to find out what's going on here because we were told one thing, and then are you threatening me? That's the college degree kicking in, right? That's the college degree that kicks in right there. The college degree kicks in, and that gets strong with the degree, and that's just what it is. I'm out $3,000 for some car coverage insurance that I never used because I didn't need it, and I was told I was going to get the money back. But that's how these people function and work, right? And and that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of that in the next life, which there is, if you don't want to believe it, that's your problem. But in the next life, once we go from this stupid rock and we actually go back to when we ascend back to where we are or where we're from or meet our creator, the whole 9 yards, when that, you don't want to believe it, that's good for you. But when we go back, we're going to have to be accounted for. Everything's going to be accounted for. And if you believe in the same God that I believe in, you know that debts are going to have to be paid. I could see a big channel taking that. If you believe in the same God that I do, then you know that debts are going to have to be paid. I hope a big channel takes that and runs with it. Then I'll play it back here and show you guys I said it. But anyways. So, what's going on, guys? There's no comments going on. Scam. Yeah, I could hear your phone buzz. Yeah, I'm getting these weird texts. What? Angie saying I stroked at 6 months? What? I stroked at 6 months. Arthritis bad. I'm 41. Oh, you had arthritis since 4 years old. Oh. That sucks. That's gotta suck. Whew. Okay, what time we got here? I still got 25 minutes. Where is Layla? I spoke to her maybe 6 weeks ago. She's doing well. I talked to her on Skype, and she's doing well. Her life, she's doing her thing and traveling and doing what she has to do. Heiza Says in the house. What's up, buddy? Guys, don't forget to check out Heiza Says. Go to his channel. Subscribe, like, share, whatever. Just go ahead and be part of his channel too. He's been barking and talking and arguing and contemplating and discussing and everything for years now. So Mike, for the most of the diabolicals in your next life, the room temperature will be a global warming past 1,000x. Merry Christmas, Heiza. Merry Christmas. So we got Buddy from New York City here, FTX for life. Merry Christmas, everybody. Yeah. Oh yeah, because they're Christmas. It's Christmas Eve right now in Australia. It's the 24th there. Right? So we are still here at the 23rd, right? So right now in Australia it's Christmas Eve. Totally forgot it. So, wow, man, it's so cold, man. My feet. Yeah, 4:30 in the morning there. What are you doing up at 4:30 in the morning, man? Vinny Pots and Pans in the house saying hello. Yes. Yeah, Ralphie messaged Heiza, so maybe the KiwiRadio.nz or MikeInTheNight.com been going on for years now. Hopefully they could upload some of the audio bits from Heiza Says and stuff on the radio show just to create awareness, get the message out there, and the whole 9 yards, right? But yeah. Oh, that's not a scam? I sent you. I replied to you. I send you a question, mate. Yeah, I replied to you already on Skype. I replied to you. He's legit. That's Ralphie. That's MikeInTheNight.com, Ralphie.co.New Zealand. Vinny Eastwood was on there the other day. I went on the show live on their live broadcast, and I went BK Billy. So there was a lot of people. There's a lot that channel, that radio station starting to pick up MikeInTheNight.com, guys. Go there and listen to replays. There should be stuff going on live right now. If you go check it out, there's like live playing right now. No, it wasn't a YouTube bot. That's Ralphie. That's me. Ralphie's been rebroadcasting episodes of Mike in the Night for like since 2020. 2019. So he's got most of the episodes backed up there. So I think he's got episodes going back to 80, 70, right? So yeah, really good stuff. So we got Hunter Moon in the house. No, it's not a YouTube bot, Heiza. Trust me on this one. Yeah, so I don't know what to tell people, that are in this really bad predicament. Luckily, I'm not worried because you could go back to Odyssey back in March of 2020, right through, just warning people, telling people how things were going to go out. And that one morning coffee with Mike I did back in March or April. I remember it was just spring, and I got my car on the road. And it was March or April. And I was walking back and forth like this. And I was telling you guys, they're going to roll out a juice. Then I didn't call them boosters. They're going to roll out more, and they're going to tell, and then they're going to blame the people that didn't take it on the people. They're going to blame it on the people that didn't take it. Why the people that took it are getting sick, and that is actually on our backup YouTube channel. And if you go back and see it, you'll be like, "Holy crap!" Yes, we already, on the channel, we already said they're going to pull the trigger on the you-know-what back in August of 2019. They're going to pull the trigger on the you-know-what because they painted themselves into a corner. I rewatched that episode of Mike in the Night, the whole thing, with the whole world protesting in 29, no confidence in governments. And then Buddy asked me, what are they going to do? And I said, they're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic, period. I said it like that, straight up. And we're going to go to a hot war. There's no other way around it. There was no other logical way around it. They were looking at climate lockdowns then, back in early 2019. They were looking at climate lockdowns. So, yeah, it's only just 20 degrees in Portland. So what is that? -7? Faye Knox is saying, Merry Christmas, Mike. Merry Christmas, Faye. Tired. It's been a long week, but this is supposed to be my week here in retail, right? And last week was okay. This week it's picked up substantially. So, doing my best just to do what I can, right? I'm a private citizen, right? So, and I'm not getting paid at the French immersion school 6-figure income to teach French. And I don't speak French. There's a lot of people teaching French at the French school here, getting 120, 140,000 a year to teach French. But they don't speak it. So that's a big problem, right? I can teach people, basic grammatic Portuguese, basic grammatic Spanish, basic stuff like that. Well, I could get advanced by just having formal conversations with people too in those languages, just like I'm doing with English. I used to do Mike of the Nights in Spanish. The whole show was in Spanish. And I did 4 episodes. And then I had a friend message me. He's like, oh, I thought when you said you spoke Spanish, you're like, give me a beer and where's the bathroom and stuff like that. I'm like, no, I lived in Mexico for 2 years. Keep safe, Mike. I'm missing my dad. Do a shout out for Florian. He and Rachel are great people. Shout outs to Florian and Rachel. -4 in Ohio. Florian Heiza from Heiza says in the live chat here on our secret group here. Because that's what it's come down to. So, I got a message from a guy. Listen to me. I got a message from a guy who worked for the CRTC of Canada. I don't know, like he retired like 3 years ago or whatever. It wasn't called this. It was called something else. It's changed its name, Canada Broadcasting, over the years. He explained it to me. And he told me that back in 2012, YouTube was working out an algorithm with the Canadian government to shadow ban Canadian broadcasters broadcasting on social media. Back in 2012. That's why my first channel was taken down. I put back a channel in 2012. And it's like it's non-existent. Like with 5,000 videos. So I'm thinking like all these other channels took off to 100, 200, 300,000 subs because they're not in Canada. Right? Yeah, there's some Canadians out there that are starting to unlock a few of them, but their channels are 1, 2, 3 years old. Their channels don't go back. Like Florian's channel goes back years. He's been talking and this and that all these years. Like we go 7, 8 years. We're talking about stuff. We're predicting. We're talking about stuff. Finally, people are starting to watch the video I made from 2017 that rates need to be 9% by 2022. And that's the cover of the thimble of the video, and that's what we talk about entirely with the graphs and the video. But people are now starting to see it. It's like, somebody's got a channel with 52 subs. Where is it? I'll promote it. Yeah, no. If you're in Canada, I think it's like very different in Canada. I think it's the stuff you talk about, not the location of your IP address that's getting you slammed by the algorithm. I think it's the stuff you talk about. Yeah, but the stuff I talked about, I was considered a nut job, like mental retard. On the comments, they just people laughing at me and making fun of me. Those guys that were 16, 17 years old, making fun of me back in 2012, saying this guy's an idiot, doesn't even know that housing goes through cycles. I'm like, no, this is not a normal housing market. This is being propped up by money laundering. Nothing's being tied to wages or incomes. Oh, what a retard. I'm 17 by the time. Now that person's 29 today. From 2012. He's 29 today. And guess what? He's still living in his parents' basement. When I was 15, 16 years old, people look at me, it's like, you still live with your parents? You're finishing high school. Why are you living with your parents for? That's my time. That's when I was 15, 16. People were like, Mike still lives with his parents? So, Mike, I changed the password. We'll send you once recover. It's will be after the stream. Yeah. So now all I've been trying to do is trying to create the awareness, trying to say, look, there's a lot of park money coming into Canada, right? And I used to call it the California model because in 1993, California, and the governors and all that, go back and see who was in charge in 93. I don't know who it was. And the senators, everything from California was just basically printing off Mandarin brochures, Mandarin books in real estate homes for sale in California, right? So they started targeting San Francisco back in 1993, and they just started parking incredible amounts of money from China, huge amounts of money from China. And that's why, like, California became very expensive after 93. because of that. And then it never went down. It never got fixed. So I started seeing that algorithm and how it was just continuously being built up, built up, built up, right? There was a small correction in 2008 in California, but with the amount of laundered money, parked money, illegal funds, drug proceeds, and people are saying, oh, the cartel in Mexico is pretty big, just south of... No, it wasn't from Mexico. Everyone told Ashima that she was nuts for paying $775 for a house a few years ago. Now the house is worth $1.5 million. So now, but the thing is, you got to sell the house for $1.5 million now. That's the problem we're facing here. In my small town, it's a completely different. There's homes that have been sitting on the market now for 100. I see them. They're like 100 more days, right? And then one, they put the sold sign up. They were like putting up the sold. We sold the house, and this was about a month ago. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic, because that house was sitting there. I talked to the real estate agent because I know him, and I said, but that house was sitting there for like almost 6 months. Yeah, but we had to sell it $140,000 below asking. I'm like, oh, yeah. "15 years was," she said she never planned on selling. Now she has a good retirement in 15 years when the next bull run explodes. I think 15 years is too close. It's way too close. I think the population of the world is dwindling on a minute-to-minute basis. More people are dying than being born right now as we're speaking. And I think there's going to be less and less people that are going to go out and pay $1.5 million for a house in Oakville or Brampton. I can't remember where it was, right? So I'm just, and I bought my house too to live in, right? A lot of people ask me, why I already tried to live in America. I made a video for you guys. I did everything by the book. I did the whole 9 yards. I got a corporation to sponsor me. I was making sure I wasn't stealing an American's job. I did everything by the book. Paid a lawyer thousands of dollars, and nothing got made of it. Nothing. They just declined me, right? So Canada is the most desired destination for immigrants. We are 3 million homes short. Housing will not drop in Canada for decades. Well, I guess I'm sitting on a nest egg too myself. I paid $260 for my house, and it was valued through the tax assessment at $770, I think, right? So no, Australia housing is crashing like crazy in Australia too. Isaac can tell you that too. We covered that too. We covered housing correction in New Zealand. And if you think that housing, we're 3 million homes short, then maybe you should come on a show with us and explain to us is there so many empty homes? Because we have a lot of empty homes. We have an empty home problem here in Canada. And condos, like almost 50% of the condos are just empty. Nobody lives in them. They're owned, but they're empty, right? It's crashing back to 2019 prices, says Heisa says. There you go. So, yeah, property tax. So Papa is saying, wow, you are now a millionaire. But you're a millionaire on paper, though. Right? You're a millionaire on paper, right? You got to be able to liquefy that immediately. My town, I'm just telling you what's happening in my town, and it's going to start to cave into the cities. Where I am, everything sits for, everything, there's houses that have been 150 days on the market now. 200 days on the market now. And people aren't getting back what they put into them if they restored them or whatever they did to these homes. They're not. And then after we have property taxes keep going up. So we'll see what happens with property taxes. Because they're going to fine us and tax us to death. You know that. You guys know they're going to fine us and tax us to death. I should get Heisa says, I keep saying this, but I don't know if the time zone difference, but I do sometimes see him on Mike in the Night. Sometimes I do see him on Mike in the Night on Odyssey, like once in a blue moon. I'm talking like once or twice a year he would jump in. But if he wants to come on Mike in the Night, I would appreciate that, to come on do a guest spot with us because he's been on the channel like 2 or 3 times already, and see what's going down. But yeah, none of this stuff is real. It's all fake. Just like the whole World Cup, it's all staged. You actually think a world level that's selling tickets and trying to like it's actually gonna be legit? Don't make me play those videos I played last week of like people like literally at semi-final World Cup matches diving 4 feet away from the player and getting a red card in their favor and a penalty. So I listen to you when I'm working on my house reno, mate. Oh, thanks, Heiza. Thank you. I know you've been doing quite a few things and a few projects, and I know you got a big family, and I know you got a lot on the go. Tying rebarb and digging foundations need to justify my 120% house value increase. Yeah, that's what it's about. I did quite a few rentals on my house too, because my house, a good chunk of my house was completely unlivable. It was completely unlivable. So we gutted it all out, right to the studs. We checked all the foundations before we proceeded. We, we re-insulated every wall, even though just to soundproof all the rooms. And we did quite a bit of work on that house. The only thing I have left to do on that house is maybe my kitchen is upstairs. My downstairs kitchen is brand new. The kitchen upstairs, we have new appliances, but the kitchen is just, we took it apart, painted it, but it's garbage. Oh, the house overseas. You know what, guys? I got pictures of our $6,000 house in the Philippines. So my wife, we got like 12 more photos of the updates that were done. I'm going to show it to you guys. I got to get her to send it to me on Facebook so I can make continue my series. There's a series on the YouTube channel called My $6,000 House or something. Or here, I'll show it to you. Where we started a house from scratch. And my wife they sent my wife photos on Facebook from the Philippines, because we sent them one of those boxes with stuff in it, and they love getting those boxes with toys. And yeah, let me go to playlists. So you go on YouTube, go to playlists. I think it's on Odyssey too, if you go under my playlists. And if you go here, look, that's the truth guy there on the channel. Search for the truth. There he is right there. He just put up a video. I think it's an older video, actually. Where was it here? There's a playlist, and you go down here somewhere. Right there. Our home in the Philippines. We have 5 videos from it from scratch to right to where we got to our 6K Filipino home. Right? So, we're still under budget, surprisingly enough. But we'll see what happens. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see how we're going to do this when it comes to... Apparently, they're going to plug us into the grid, and I'm like, I could just bring over 6, 8, maybe 12 panels, and there'll be more than enough that we need to run our 1 appliance. We don't have a dishwasher there. We don't need it. We have a lot of things we don't need, right? Like, we don't have a lot of things we don't need there, right? Because we're always outside, right? I just want a place to put my hammock outside and just veg and you know... Yeah, all my Portuguese buddies have basement kitchens. They keep the upstairs clean to impress their visitors. Yep, that's true. That home is 175K, is being listed for months after the holidays. I'm reaching out to them and see what the deal is. I really enjoyed your perspective in the last vid, says Angie Rainbow. Papa, my Filipino friends cook in garage so they won't smell up the house. So someone says, how do you keep the smell from rising? So people cooking in the garage, right? Oh, man. All right, guys. I'm going to have to open my store. Let me see, what time is it? 10. I'm going to walk over here, turn on my open side. So if you guys want to come and visit me, I'll be here all day till 6 o'clock at 1925 Quilchena Avenue in Merritt, British Columbia. Let me just turn that on. Open her up. So here we are. It's cold. It's really cold. So I'm going to save I'm going to save this heat here inside the store and kind of mellow down. I'm going to probably play some classic Christmas movies up there on the TV. And I think I'm going to play Miracle on 34th Street or 24th Street? 34th Street. I'm going to play that. I played it last week. It was a really good movie. I think I'm going to play it again. Well, people kind of come over to the store. Anyways, guys. All right, guys. Mike Martin's here. Thanks for joining our secret meeting. And we'll talk soon on the flip side. I'll see you guys on Mike in the Night. The date is on a Monday's show. It's going to be moved to my Monday. If you guys can, watch the last episode of Mike in the Night with the Collins. That Australian guy that's living in California had a lot of good stuff to say on the last episode of Mike in the Night. I'd appreciate that if you check it out. Anyways, guys, well, Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas to everyone down under. It's already the 24th there. It's Christmas Eve. God bless, and we'll see you on the flip side. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.